Welcome to the Status Transfer Only video. This video will demonstrate the import and export of only the status and custom property settings from one project to a copy of the project. For example, the export of approval settings from the engineer's copy of the project and the import back to the detailer's original project. The ability to transfer these status and custom properties information is available in all stations excluding the viewer station. The Status Transfer Only can be launched from the main menu or from the model. It is more advantageous to run the tool from the modeling for export due to the ability to visibly select the items from the model instead of a list, plus the added benefit of using a masking tool to hide what you do not want to select. The Status Transfer Only will export member status and custom property information as well as material, bolt, weld data through an XML format. In this demonstration, the engineer has received a copy of the project ready for approval. The members that have been reviewed are to have their status data exported back to the original project at the detailer's office. The copy of the project has been loaded using the project transfer. We are now in the approval station. As mentioned earlier, we can see that we have the Status Transfer Only button on the main menu. I will hide the cranes from the display and then run the status tool. This will mask what we have set as existing as well as the other sequences that we are currently not concerned with for now. The cyan members are held, green are approved, and red are revise and resubmit, approved as noted, and rejected. I will select the members whose status is to be transferred, and then select the blue Status Transfer Only icon. The Export-Import tool drop-down list only disables the tabs, but if an item is selected in a disabled tab, that data will still be exported. I will come back to this. Since the same tool is used for import and export, you will select the appropriate operation. We're going to first export. Data source allows you to either select from the model, i.e. members, or select a source from all sheets. All, of course, means all will be selected of that data type. The Status tab will be the items that are found in the Member Edit Status button. The remaining tabs represent the station type and its respective custom properties. This is excluding the Task tab, which transfers data associated with a product called Synchro. I'm going to select the Approval Status in the Status tab for export. Then, to demonstrate what I mentioned earlier, I will select the Rejected by Erector box in the Erector tab. After I select the Approval Station tab, disabling the Erector tab, we can see that the check is still there, even though the tab is disabled. If Print Report is selected, a report for verification will be created, which can be saved for later viewing. Zip XML file will reduce the file size by creating it as a zip. Since the members were pre-selected, I only need to right-click OK or Enter. I am now prompted for a file location. Let's send it to our desktop and leave the default name SDS2 Status Transfer. We now see a folder with the name, and when we open the folder, we find an XML file with a date and a timestamp. This file can be emailed back to anybody with a copy of the project. In our case, it's going back to the detailer to update the original model. When we open the XML file in a browser, we can see all the data. As I scroll down to the first member, 65C1, we see the ever so important GUID, which tells the system which member to attach the data to. We see the approval status, approved, and as I mentioned earlier, even though the tab for Erector was disabled, we see the Rejected by Erector setting. Before we leave this model, I would like to show you that one of the 71 B1 members was rejected by the Erector indicated by the red color. I will now open the original detailer's model. I will set the erection status. We can see there are no red rejected members. And now the approval status. There are no green approved or red rejected members set. Now for import, you can either run it from the main menu, since only the members in the file will be updated, or you can run it from modeling as seen earlier. I will run it from the blue Status Transfer Only icon in modeling. On import, you can control what information is to be updated. In our file, we have the rejected by erector set on beam 71B1. I'm going to set the tool to import. Then set the station to be full and remove the check from rejected by erector, leaving only the approval status data to be imported. I will now browse to the desktop and select the file that was created in the approval station. We can see that the members have now been updated with the approval status. When I load the erector status, we'll notice that the rejected by erector setting was not set. That's because we did not allow it to come in. This now concludes the Status Transfer Only video.